What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 4, and we start today's episode off with a big game against Liverpool here, back in the Premier League on the back of our 3-1 defeat to Burnley in the Carabao Cup in the last game in the last episode. And just before we dive into the game, I do want to say, as this Sunday morning for you guys, I'm going to ask you guys once again, if you want a double episode upload day today, then get this video to 1,000 likes, just like you did yesterday morning. You smashed it yesterday morning, and I'll put another episode of Career Mode out later tonight after the Manchester United Liverpool game. So yeah, there's your challenge, 1,000 like once again, and we'll have the second consecutive double episode upload day of Career Mode. So 1,000 likes, and another one comes out later tonight. But yeah, first game of today's episode was against Liverpool, back in the Premier League here at Bramall Lane, and in just 5 minutes, Liverpool's number 5 gave them the lead. Wijnaldum with a finish, stroking it into the bottom corner, and we were already trailing by a goal. Of course, still yet to score or pick up a point here at Bramall Lane in the Premier League. We scored our first goal in front of our home fans in the week against Burnley in the Carabao Cup, but taking on Liverpool, one of the best teams in the division, runners up last year in the Premier League, I think most people's favourites this year to win the title, they were just going after us in the first half an hour, and they weren't settling for 1, they wanted 2, 3, possibly 4 or even more goals. It was all Liverpool in the first half an hour, and if it wasn't for the heroics of Dean Henderson, we would have been 3, 4, 5 goals down. Loanee from Manchester United was making save after save after save, just keeping us in the game at this point. And again, if it wasn't for him at half time, we would have been 3 or 4 goals down. It was all one-way traffic in the first half. We barely got close to Liverpool's goal. 8 shots, 6 on target, and only the 1 goal. We had our number 1 to thank for still being in the game heading into the second half. And in the second half, we did improve as well. We started to go forward a little bit more, started to attack with purpose, unlike in the first half when, I'll be honest here, I was sitting deep just looking to counter-attack. John Fleck had a good chance there, but I took way too long with the shot. It was blocked and turned behind for a corner, but another chance fell here 20 minutes after the restart. George Baldock sent down the right-hand side. Our wing-back with a good cross to the far post, picks out Callum Robinson, who heads it just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. We see on the sidelines there the frustration, because we're starting to get chances, starting to come forward, throw red and white shirts forward in attack, looking for that equalising goal, and I felt like it was coming as Fleck released Robinson here inside the area, stops on a dime, flicks it back to John Fleck, and this time I thought, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice and take far too long with the shot, set myself with a couple of touches. No, just first time, bang it in and give us that equalising goal. So 1-1, 20 minutes away from our first points here at Bramall Lane in the Premier League, and with a minute on the clock, we were holding on, we were defending really well. Sadio Mane attacks down left-hand side, last chance for Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool, cuts around O'Connell, crosses to the centre, and Naby Keita leaps off the bench and puts Liverpool back in the lead in stoppage time, puts it past Henderson, who had no chance with this goal, into the roof of the net, and the Reds steal the 3 points and inflict heartbreak right at the death. Final score, Sheffield United 1, Liverpool 2. I don't think Klopp is that much taller than me in real life. He's 6'4", I know, but I'm above 6 foot. Come on now. But either way, Klopp towering above me there as his Reds get the win late on, and they deserved the win, no doubt about it. We did play much better in the second half, really up the intensity and started attacking with purpose. They were the far better side over the course of 90 minutes, but again, heartbreak for us, seconds away from our first point at Bramall Lane. But the thing is, the big teams, they find a way. You know, the best teams will find a way to win, you know, if they really want it enough, and Liverpool certainly did at that moment there. Right towards the end, we were defending really well. Crosses were coming in, we were heading them away, making last-ditch tackles, blocks on shots as well. But right at the death, man, that run by Mane was just sensational. What a cross, and Keita simply couldn't miss. So Liverpool get the win. That puts them back into the top 4, and as you saw there with our academy, but how our players are currently getting on in our youth squad. Aiden White does look like our best player right now in the youth team, and he's still 15 years old, but I can't wait till he's 16. He's got more potential than anyone else, already 62 rated. I'm looking forward to him turning 16, because when he does, he'll definitely get a pro deal. I'm hoping he might possibly have potential to be special, or at least an exciting prospect. But still, for our second game of today's episode, back on the road once again, as we would take on Watford at Vicarage Road. And you saw the Premier League there, as Premier League table should say, as we headed into October. This had an already early relegation 6-pointer vibe about it. Both teams right now towards the bottom of the table, separated separated by 1 place, 17th and 18th. Watford right now the team in that 3rd relegation spot. Neither team could afford a loss here to the other one, even so early on in the season. That's why just 19 minutes in, when Will Hughes gave the Hornets the lead, I was already starting to think, if we lose this game, we'll drop into the relegation zone, and then we'll begin to panic. Where are the wins going to come from this season with just a 1 on the board so far? Just for half-time, though, we had the chance to get back on level terms. Callum Robinson sent forward. My finishing in this year's FIFA was absolutely atrocious. I create chances, but you can see there, I was 1-on with Ben Foster. The shot was so tame, he just caught it. It was so simple, but from that, we won the ball back. McBurney's crafty little dummy allowed him space and time to take aim. Foster made the save again, but this time could not hold on to it, and as he pushed it out, Callum Robinson was on hand to make amends and really could not miss from that distance. Just a few yards out, puts it into the open goal right in front of the travelling fans and gets us back on level terms. So Watford won, Sheffield United won the break. Thought we played quite well in the first half. It was a very scrappy second half, I will admit that. It was quite tetchy as well. Watford players committed quite a few fouls, got a couple of bookings as well. Very, very nervy second half with some just stake, even so early on in the season. We had the chance to win it though in the 89th minute. Lovely counter-attack, however, Lundstrom denied by Ben Foster right to death, and you've got to see this on the replay. Sometimes games are won and lost by a matter of inches. That's definitely the case here. Ben Foster, oh my word, just sticks that left leg out. It deflects off the knee or possibly the thigh and goes behind for a corner. Lundstrom so close to winning us the game, which you probably would deserve really on the basis of the stats. We just couldn't beat Foster as he claimed Watford a point there as they hang on for the draw. So 1-1 the final score. It's again, it's not a bad result. It does now mean it's 3 consecutive games unbeaten away from home. So we're picking up the points on the road right now, just not in front of our home fans. But it could have and possibly should have been a win. If we are going to stay out come the end of the season, we're going to need more than just the 1 win that we've got so far against Everton. You know, I say this all the time really, but at the top and the bottom of the table, quite often I'll say this, points and draws, come the end of the season, they might not be enough. You know, you might leave with 1 point. It's better than nothing, right? But the 3 is what you really need to be crowned champions of the division or to stay in the division at times as well. So we'll look back on these draws come the end of the season, and we might think had they been wins, we could have stayed up. But instead, it's a draw, and again, it's how you want to look at it, perspective. But right now, just 1 win so far. I'm not happy. We should have won that game and picked up our 2nd win of the season so far. But regardless, following that and my little rant there, we had some training and also some good news. Oliver Nord is returning to full fitness after, of course, the 2-month injury he suffered a few weeks ago. He's not ready to play just yet, but he will be on the bench for our next game. And also we had a youth scouting update as well. Picked up 1 player for our academy, Oliver Shaw, a 60-rated 16-year-old left-back, already 6'3" as well, and some decent potential too. So another decent Englishman in our academy there, and I might well go ahead and promote him in a few months' time. But for now, we don't need depth in the left wing back position. We've got Stevens, we've got Osborne as well. We'll leave him in the academy for now and see how it progresses in our youth team. But for our 3rd and final game of today's episode, returning back to Bramall Lane, where we are still yet to pick up a Premier League point, and now taking on the Gunners. Arsenal lining up in a 4-2-3-1 with an incredible front 4. Pepe on the right, Aubameyang on the left, Ozil through the middle supporting, Lacazette up top. Henderson was going to be a busy boy tonight, that was for sure. But in the first 20 minutes, we started off better. And 17 minutes in, had a golden chance to go 1-0 up. Oliver McBurney still searching for his first Premier League goal, denied by the post. And that highlight there sort of sums up McBurney's start to the season. He's had great hold-up play, great link-up play of whoever he's playing up top with, but he just can't score the goal so far. Off the post, and it trickles across the face of the goal and behind the other side of the frame as it's still 0-0. But great hold-up play when McBurney once again released Freeman just past the half-an-hour mark. We had our opening goal in the game, and for the first time this season at Bramall Lane, we were leading. Freeman with the goal. The Sheffield United fans explode. Wonderful finish past Leno there on a weaker right foot as we go a goal up, and deservedly so in the first half where really we'd been a better team. Arsenal restricted to long-range shots. That free kick by Aubameyang there clipping the outside of the post and going behind for a goal kick. They might have had more of the ball, but we had looked the better side, and with 15 minutes to go as we get the ball away, Arsenal looking to get a late equalising goal here and make it 1-1. Mesut Ozil on the turn, finds a bit of space, rolls it through to Lacazette, but thankfully, despite the cross being turned in by Aubameyang. The linesman on the near side was flagging and correctly ruled it out for offside. So still the score was Sheffield United 1, Arsenal 0. And in the final few minutes, despite the Gunners pressing for an equalising goal, we were pressing for a second goal to kill the contest off. We weren't settling with the 1-goal scoreline. No, we wanted more goals and weren't just trying to defend. McBurney going close there, great save by Leno as it's still 1-0. And with 3 minutes to go, this corner whipped into the centre was headed clear by Arsenal. And as Kolasinac sends it long, we have bodies out of position, O'Connell out of position, Egan out of position. And as Aubameyang storms forward, he's got the pace, backs are turned, he continues to run. And Arsenal, they just saw the space before I even had a chance to react. Aubameyang and Lacazette, a rapid duo combined for the goal, and just like against Liverpool, it is late heartbreak here at Bramall Lane. We just could not get back. We've not got the quickest set of defenders anyway, and that was on full display right there. Had we not pushed so many bodies forward for that corner, we might have had enough men back to cover, but instead the Gunners go on a counter and claim the point. So more late heartbreak, but it is a point at Bramall Lane, our first of the season, and a credible one as well. So I talked about perspective in the Watford game. That draw there, it should have been a win, and we should have had the 3 points, but perspective for that game as well. Yes, we throw away 2 points late on, but listen, it's Arsenal, and it's our first point at home as well. It's all perspective. But that will end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy today's episode, please do drop a like. Don't forget 1,000 likes, and I'll see you for the next episode later on tonight.